Welcome back mtazamaji wa Mamlaka Breakfast into our segment ya discussion ambayo tutakuwa tunaongelea about the digital space and chini Facebook page yangu ni Mamlaka TV and karaoke na pia namba yetu kwenye screen 0700899899 ama 0721899899. Wasiliana nami na tuendelee pamoja katika kipindi chetu siku ya leo. Today being Digital Monday or Innovative Monday, niko na mgeni wetu kwenye studio yetu ambaye atakuwa anawapeleka pale hivi na few minutes. Atakuwa anaweza kutuelezea more about the digital space, how to maneuver and what are the do's and the don'ts in the digital space. And natumai kwamba you have a biro, you have a kitabu pale hivyo. Take some notes, and if you're watching, you can share this live to many people. Invite a lot of people pale hivyo, invite young people kwenye live up broadcast hii. And remember, the same live will be repeated at 9:30 p.m. on Mamlaka TV pang 146 na pia kwenye YouTube channel yetu Mamlaka TV. Karibu sana Joseph.
Nashukuru, asante.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Uko salama?
Kabisa.
Na kuona uko salama leo and
yes.
You're looking good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Karibu sana kwenye studio yetu.
Asante.
Nimekuwa nikikutafuta sana but meanwhile nimekupata.
Nimepatikana. Mimi ni mtu napatikana haraka. Nitafuta tu ile serious. You get me.
Umepata sababu kwa serious.
Yes.
So tuache kutafuta na juku.
Exactly. That is the point.
Karibu sana today's program. I would like you to greet our viewers, wasalimie, uambie ni nani, umetoka wapi and what do you do?
All right. Good morning, dear viewer. My name is Joseph, where I work for Digitech Hub Solutions, which is a limited private company here in Kuru. Yes, so that's what I do, and I'm the current CEO of the company.
Yes. The current CEO. So, hope kuna CEO mwingine?
Hakuna. Labda atakuwa in future, but for now, yes.
Okay, karibu sana. Today we're talking about the digital space, being that digital people in the digital world.
Yes.
Na sasa hivi vile tunaelekea, everything right now is going to the digital space.
Sure.
Let's start from branding, because in digital you have to brand ourselves.
Yes.
In terms of branding, what are the mistakes that we as people are making out there in terms of branding?
Well, thank you. When you talk about branding is very wide. It is very broad. And maybe just before I go into the digital branding, I like to tell the viewer, even you yourself, you are a brand. You are representing something. How you talk, how you walk, how you dress, it's about branding. That's part of you. When we say that when you leave that room, what do people talk about you? That's what we call branding. We have personal branding, digital branding, different types of branding. So it has so many definitions. But today we want just to narrow it down to the digital branding in terms of like graphic design and all that. And we say that branding, the very simple definition is just identity. Your brand is your identity. You know, identity is who you are and how do people perceive you. When people see you, what is this one word they can use to describe you? Okay? And in terms of graphic design or graphic digital branding, we are today having a lot of online business, e-commerce and all that. Many people are transacting online. But even online, you need to have an image. And that image you have online is now what you refer to as your brand. And the companies and the people who are into the graphic design industry, they are there to ensure that they give business entities and ownership and identity by branding their services and their products. So basically that's branding. How you write, even the fonts you use, the colors you use, you know, all those styles is now what we refer to as branding. And branding in the digital space, it gives your business an opportunity to increase your visibility. How how do you want people to know about your product and your service? Because you might be having very good business, good products, good services, but if the consumers are not aware of your product and services, then you might not get the customers. So branding actually also helps in terms of marketing the business.
Yes. We have talked about font size, the color to use. Is that necessary?
It is necessary. You know what? For example, you have made a very nice poster, and the font you use it's not easy. For sometimes we have people who have problems with their eyes. So you should factor in such kind of things. Like it's not about, we say it's not about what I like. I know maybe there are those who love purple, pink, red. It's not about I love purple or I love pink or I love blue and therefore my poster should be blue. No. It's all about what is appealing to the customer. What will make the customer or the person who interacts with that poster feel like this is something that I like to read more and more. So the fonts affect. You need to make sure that your fonts are consistent, number one. You need to ensure that the size of the font is also good, acceptable. So all those things play. In fact, in the maybe there are some organizations who have done their own brand. They have specific font style that they use to do their documents, their designs, and all that. So you have to respect and adhere to that. And then again with the font, how do you want it to be useful? Like for example, when you're doing the signage, the posters out there, the signage, you realize that it's something that people should read from far. And that means that the font size will come in place and you have to ensure that it's more visible. So the font is the colors and all that. It is very, very important. With the colors, you need to identify like each organization have their own specific color. So before even you design, you need to ask them, what are your colors? And most of their colors are within their logos. So all those things will play a part when it comes to graphic design branding.
Wow, graphic design branding. Umeitaja kidogo, but I'd like you to explain graphic design. What is that?
Graphic design. Well, there are different types of designs like printing and all that. But now this is graphic. Graphic is something that is visual, something that you can see, something that can attract your eye. So with graphic design branding is creating like images. It can be images, it can be even video, that are appealing and they are attracting to the eyes of the viewer. And you see, your customer, when they see how you are organized with your branding, with your graphics, with your images, that is the only way they get involved and they'll be attracted to what you're doing. And that's when you get now customers coming to request you provide such services to them. Yes.
Now we have this problem in Nakuru maybe. Is Nakuru people embracing graphic design?
Yeah, I can say yes. Although most of them, by the way, graphic design is an industry that people go to study in college or in the university, and it has its own principles. So you realize that most of the graphic designers we have around in Nakuru, some of them, yes, they are going to colleges, they have been trained, but majority of them, especially the digital ones, if I have a laptop, I can go and maybe sometimes like Canvas, people use the already existing templates online. They just fill in the photos and the names, the fonts and all that, and through that you realize that they achieve something. So that is good for startups. But for the best graphic designers, I always advise go to school learn about graphic design so that you know all the principles that are involved when it comes to graphic design. Because one of them, they are trying, and we cannot say that they should not stop because we embrace it. Young people, they also need to put food on the table. And by going, learning on their own, and doing something, it's also good, and it actually tells us that Kenyans are coming into the digital space, and they just need someone to mentor and to guide them through the right path. Yes.
Have you had challenges in terms of graphic design?
Of course, challenges are there. One of the challenges is, if you have some principles and you are scaling, this is how the design should look like. It's sometimes we have customers. Customer wants maybe is insisting that you have to give it this color, you have to give it this, And when you look at what the customer is telling you as a graphic designer, you find that maybe it is contradicting and it's not coming out in a professional way. But because it's a customer, and you always say business space, customer
Are always right.
They're always right. So you have just to do that, though you know very well that I could have done it in this and this other way. So that's one of the challenges. Another challenge is in Nakuru, this field is good that we have the designers and all that, but you realize that we do not really have all the equipment that maybe I suppose to be used in terms of maybe printing and all that. And nobody should cheat you. I want to be honest. There's not any single person here in Nakuru or even Nairobi anywhere who can say that I have all the machines of graphic design and branding. No.
So,
machines ziko lakini there are so many hundreds of machines that can do all this work, and they're expensive, by the way. This field is very expensive. All the machines that we have, they are very, very expensive. So sometimes you have to maybe outsource, and that's one of the challenges in business. Outsourcing, sometimes the product might not come up very well the way you wanted it to be. Yeah, maybe you might delay the client because of time and all that, especially those machines that maybe you have to go to Nairobi and all that. So it's one of the challenges that I do face. But we are trying. Nakuru, for the last 1 year, I've seen at least things have changed. We are trying one. I'm sure in the next 2, 3, 5 years, at least we'll not be doing 100%. Currently, at least we say we outsource about 20% from maybe other places like Nairobi. But we are working together to see that things are changing. Yes.
Given that the tax finance bill 2023 in application,
yes.
How is it going to affect you as a business?
I can already we've been affected. Actually, we've been affected, not even because of this tax. Now this will be another effect. But when campaign came last year, and for the past 2 years we've been campaigning until we got the elected leaders to lead this country. You realize that when the campaign started, everything went over. And everything became expensive. The materials and all that, like t-shirts, we used to sell t-shirts, brown neck t-shirts at probably maybe 500. But that t-shirt, it came and it's double the price. So what do we do? Because sometimes a customer does not understand. Customer wants to give you the 500 shillings, and we explain the customer, no, it's not working. 500 is not working today. So this business, that's one of the challenges. The prices are high, especially when it comes to accessing the raw materials for us to do the final product. It's very expensive. And now because of the current tax pressure that is coming in, I think we are also going to be affected more. But because in the digital space, you need to be innovative. So I'm sure there is a better way we are going to see, and then resolve the whole issue. Yes. But of course, I always say we have to pay tax, because the only way our country can grow is for us to ensure that we also respond to our citizens. We pay tax, although we should not be overtaxed. Yes. We are not refusing to pay tax, but we should not be overtaxed. Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Digitech Hub.
Digitech Hub Solution is a private limited company that I founded in the year 2021.
COVID season.
Yes. And I realized that in Nakuru there is opportunity for the space of graphic design and branding. And that's when I thought of we need to do this to solve the many problems that our customers, especially those in Nakuru, were facing by that time. So that's how we started it. And this company, actually I started it as a business, not a company. Yeah, we started by just registering a business name because this is the mistake that most people do. There are very vibrant young men and women out there who are doing amazing work in terms of business and all that, but they have never thought of going the legal way. So I registered through the e-citizen. Actually, I did it myself. I did not require any support from anybody. I laptop, e-citizen account. Then after 3 days actually, I had my own name. So I worked with that for maybe a year, and then I thought of it's not giving me what I need because with a business name is good, but it limits you. So I thought of migrating it further to a limited company. And the reason why I did this is because when you register as a company, it has so many opportunities. Like you can access the ARPO, the opportunities are given by the government through the tender. You see, when you are on the newspaper, we usually have those special tenders and all that, especially for the youth. So when you have a limited company, you have an opportunity to access such tenders and all that, and that gives you an upper hand in business. But for the business name, it's good for the startup, but it might not help you so much in terms of accessing other resources, especially the tenders from either private or the public institutions. Yeah, so that's how we started it.
Since 2021 and now we are in 2023, how has it been so
far? When we started, and this should go to the dear viewer, when you start a business, don't go there with an expectation to gain or have money, profits. No. I can for sure tell you that if you want to start this business, be ready to face the challenges. They are there. And just like any other business, you will expect challenges. But one thing that you need to be aware of, just be consistent, know what you want, plan yourself very well before you get into this business. Have the resources, the machine, have the people, the right people. You see, the mistake we do sometimes, we don't choose the right people. Get people who are skilled, people who are competent, people who are up to the task. And when you do that, everything will move on well. Another thing, you have to look for customers because everybody else is coming in this space. So if you just sit there, nowadays customers don't walk in your shop. Things have changed.
They're not walking.
The business has really changed. They don't walk into your shop like us 10 years ago. Currently, you have to go and seek. So developing that customer segmentation, knowing your customers and all that is very important. Even knowing the culture of your customers, knowing even their lifestyle is very important because when you go to market, it's not about like previously we've been doing posters and then you go for just give everybody, everybody you're giving a poster on the road. And, no, that's not marketing. So you need to have a very good strategic plan in terms of marketing and accessing your customers. So basically, that's what have been good for us. And anybody who wants to come in this space is a good space, but don't just walk in because everybody else is walking in. It will really hit you. So for me, it worked well, though it had some challenges, but I've been trained on business skills, human-centered design thinking. So whatever I do, I have to subject it into research first before even I implement it. And if you define the goal. In business about knowing where do I want to be in the next 2, 3, 5 years. If you know the goal and then you set a good strategic plan towards your goal, then definitely you are going to achieve. But if you just go in the space because you have the capital, but when you start business, it's not about the capital. It's about the idea.
Tutatumia.
Yes, the problem you want to solve in the community. If you don't know the problem you want to solve in the community, you don't have that idea, then your business is safe there. Yes.
We have the young people right now.
Yes.
Wengi wako pale, they're looking for white collar jobs, which tumejua they're not easy found right now. So do you do training to these young people or do something called mentorship to them?
Actually, I'm just here because of the digital cancellation. But one of the things that I also do in the community is to ensure that to make Africa better, make her better, make her have a better future.
Make her have a better
yes,
future. Okay.
This is African. Africa is our business, definitely. And Africa being our business, definitely we have to look around and see how we can help one another. So my life was about transforming and changing the mindsets of the young people in the community. So this I do it through other organizations that maybe one day come and discuss it further. So what we do here actually, in terms of the young people, we provide mentorship. Yeah, because most of them they feel like because I have a degree, I have a diploma, I have a certificate. Now it's time for me to wear a suit and go seek opportunities. I'm telling you, my friend there, you will walk with those CVs. These doors, you will knock all these doors on these streets, and nobody will be willing to open the door for you. So it's up to you, especially. These are just a call for the young people who have graduated. When I finished my first degree, I thought of volunteering. So I volunteered for almost 2 years. That's how I got my job. And there is power in volunteering. So if you want to get into this space very well again, just look for the companies that are offering this, the business that are offering that. Even if they're not paying you, just go there and volunteer for 2, 3, 4 months. Because even employees nowadays, we are looking for people who are also having something. So when you get someone like, if you come to my shop and say, I want to volunteer, probably there'll be an opening space for you to be employed. And that's how the story starts. So let us not really think about just graduating and going for white collar jobs. And nowadays, by then, the employees, most of them, they'll tell you, we are not looking for the people with the grades. You have good grades in Form 4, in university. We are not interested in that. We are interested in what you can do. You get the point? And that's why someone said that nowadays, even most of the employment, the focus in the industry is looking for what you can deliver rather than the qualifications you have. And that's why you realize that someone even will prefer employing 3 diploma holders than employing one person who wants to wear a suit and who wants maybe have that office and is doing nothing in the name of I'm having a degree. So how does your degree impact that industry? What is your value, your degree to that industry? So if I can have 3 diploma students who can do work more better than this one degree holder. But I'm not saying again that we should not go to school. Masomo ni mzuri. Let's go to school. Let's have those degrees. But beside those degrees, let us understand the dynamic of the world today, how things are working today. It's not like kitambo where ulikuwa na degree, then unapeleka kwa parastato fulani unaambiwa sasa wewe ndio manager hapa. Things have changed. Things have really changed. And go to school, yes, but let us go to school. And I want to call about upon even the Ministry of Education. Let's change the dynamics of education, because now the industry is looking for the people who can deliver. And that's why unapata watu wengi wako na hizi madegree, ma certificates, wako wapi? Wako nyumbani, or they are doing something else. Because when I went to school, they did not teach me how to employ myself. Rather, they focused on giving me things that are going to do to benefit education that I'm going to be employed. And that's where now the difference. That's why we are having a lot of unemployment youth in the community, yet they're educated. So I think, to me, let us focus on how I can employ myself. And this industry of graphic design and branding is one of the industries that people can really employ themselves. Even you don't you don't need to have a shop. There are other spaces that you can go, like if you go to Kenya National Library, so you have free space, you only pay 20 shillings. You sit there
Twenty
with your laptop.
people prepare.
Yes, they have given you the internet, and you can always do what? Do a lot of research, you design it with a poster, you can edit a video for someone, and someone will pay you. Imagine, you don't need to have an office. So there are so many other opportunities, spaces that are available for the young people. They just need to explore and move out of that comfort zone. Think without the box, not
thinking for the box.
Yeah, think without the box. Let that because you don't know what's inside that box. So place that box aside and start thinking. Now I'm here. How am I going to approach life and all that?
Tumekuwa na revolution ya digital space.
Yes.
The digital world is changing over and over and over again. Things are updating. How has Digitech been able to embrace the changes?
Well, in fact, when I was thinking about opening this business, I thought, what is the best? Yeah, I want to do branding, but then branding and besides, because my background is in IT, and also on IT security and auditor. But I looked at everything and I say I do a lot of things other than branding. So that's why I came up with the name Digitech Hub Solutions, so that it's an umbrella that does all those solutions. So with Digitech Hub Solutions, we embrace actually the digital space. And one of the areas I can assure you, most of my customers, they're not working. They're not working. 80%. Yes, in fact, 80% of my customers know that they're not deciding to leave. So we are using the social media platforms that are available. You don't need to come to our shop. You just need to tell us, I want a poster to do this and this and this. Or I want a man, or I want a banner that looks like this. And then we open a WhatsApp group. You share the content via the email in the WhatsApp group. We give unto you, you approve it, and then you print, and then we take it to you. Yeah, we serve even people who are in Makueni. We serve people who are in Bungoma. We serve, so you don't have to travel to come to our shop and all that. You just need to give us a call, and our numbers are there through our website. We do have our website, the WhatsApp, Facebook page. We are all there, just to ensure that we are able to serve our customers very well. So we exist, and besides that, we also train people on things to do with digital literacy, just to ensure that we enlighten also the community on matters of digital space balance.
Hapo training.
Yes.
Do you offer certificates? Hapo training.
Well, training, you see, in the current setup, we are not allowed to give. We are not an institution, a learning institution, and therefore we are not allowed to give those aggregated certificates. However, we are also allowed to give what we call certificate of completion. That is sure that we have been trained and we have the skills. So yes, we give the certificates, but the certificate of completion showing that we did maybe the short course for this period and all that. But we are not an academic institution. Yeah, but maybe one day we're also going to open a Digitech Hub Solutions as an institution, a learning institution. Yes, a college.
So if you can get a certificate of completion, it's really legal.
It is legal because, as I've said, the lawyers, we are not looking again for the clean papers. We are looking at, yes, clean papers are good, but besides that, what can you do? I want to challenge you, and I read one day, there is this young man in Malawi. It's called Joseph Kamkwamba. If the dear viewer can Google in YouTube, Joseph Kamkwamba. This guy never went to school, but he used to go in a library, and he used to read one book in a library, a physics book. And what this gentleman did, from reading that book, he went at his home, and he was coming from a very low background community. Poverty was everywhere. But he was able to change his community because he was able to create a charging system, an electric charging system, and he could charge the phones of the neighbors there in the community and all that. And that meant that many people saw what he did, and he traveled. He went abroad, the US, everywhere, just showcasing what he was able to do. This guy, today is rich, not because he has status, but he went and read one book and he get the skills, and through the skills he went and did something in the community. And that's what people are looking for. What are you able to do? When you go to apply for a job, yes, you have the medical, but what are you giving on the table? What can you able to do? Because employees are not looking for liability. So if you are a liability to the organization, why should someone hire you? When you go there, hire me because I'm competent in this and this. Don't hire me because I have first honor degree and all that. No, hire me because I'm competent. I can do this. And that's what the world is evolving today. That the value you have. What are you holding? Yes.
What am I holding? Mtazamaji, this is Mamlaka Breakfast, and if you're joining us for the first time, this is one show ambayo tunaanza from 8 a.m. all the way to 10 a.m. And favorite segment ya discussion ambayo discuss about the digital space. And if you are watching me, so pale nyumbani ukiwa kazini, our Facebook page ni Mamlaka TV, Grace Njeri, na pia Kariuki Ng'ang'a, na pia namba yetu kwenye screen ni 0700 899 ama 0721 899 and we are talking about the digital space. And if you are there and you're watching me and unajiuliza, I want to join the digital space, I want to do this and this and this, this is the program ambayo tunakuletea siku ya leo, and the discussion is still going on. Na kwenye studio niko na Mr. Joseph hapa hivi, and anakuelimisha wewe mtazamaji vitu ambazo unafaa kufanya kwa digital space. These are the things you're supposed to consider while joining the digital space. Mr. Joseph.
Yes.
We have the young people right now. How will you encourage them to join the digital space, knowing that there's a lot of going on the digital space?
Well, digital space is there. It's very expensive, but if you are serious, you can work with it very, very well. Today, I like to tell the young people, in the digital space, there is money. There is money in the digital space. But only if you know what you are doing. So today, the business has changed. Currently, we are talking about the e-commerce. People are talking about the e-commerce. And e-commerce, it has a lot of opportunities in terms of entrepreneurship. Every sector, there's a way we can bring out the digital space. It's in agriculture. I hear that many young people don't want to go into farming. But you see, farming is not about kuchukua jembe na kwenda shambani, kama kwenda kukata neke. No. And that's now the mentality people are having out there. But you see, there's a way you can look at the agriculture and you look at that mama who is farming but doesn't have maybe a market, and maybe there is a market in Nakuru. So how can you leverage on the digital space to ensure that these products the mama is farming in the shamba is reaching maybe a customer who is maybe an owner of a certain hotel within Nakuru? And doing that, you're still in agribusiness and you're still in the digital space. So using the technology to find out the solutions that are towards the solutions of the problems that we are facing as a Kenyan. I was looking at the other time, like we have young people who are coming to learn even programming, ICTs and all that. How can now use ICT to maybe solve the real life problems and challenges that we are currently facing as a country? So to start with, look for people who are already in the digital space. Look for a mentor. Who do you know? Don't work alone. And that's the mistake people think. Don't work alone. Look for an organization, a company, or even a small business. Someone who has been there for some time, who can really come and give you some tips, who can mentor you, who can advise you, And the other thing is, young people, we do a lot of things, yes. But the problem is, who are you? If someone asks you, who are you? What people will tell you is your name. Not me, if you ask me who I am, I'll not tell you. My name should be the least thing I'll tell you. So, can you brand yourself? Have that identity. Now I come to personal branding again. Have that personal identity that when you go in the forum, what are you going to do there? You know, when you introduce yourself, when I go and somewhere and people are meeting, you're socializing, you're networking, there is a better way I can introduce myself. Yeah, my name is so and so. I'm a CEO of this and this company, or I do this and this business, and here is my business card. Do you have a business card? I always tell people that even if you don't own a business, yeah, just do a business card, write your name, and if you go to church, just write there, I'm so and so, I'm a praise and worship team of this and this church. Still, people, there's a pastor somewhere who's been looking for, maybe has an audition or a seminar that is looking for people who can sing. Go there and do. And that's where the journey starts. Network with people, get right mentors, and brand yourself. Know your identity. Who are you besides your name? You know, if you know who you are, how, then it means that you are in the space. Because the time has come when, as the young people, we want to refuse being there as waiters, but we want to sit on the dining table as diners. The only way you go as a diner, it is by number one, knowing who you are. Whatever, you cannot sit on the dining table as a diner when you are offering nothing. You know, you have to offer some. So look for something that you can offer to the community. And that's what I'm saying. Start thinking in that light. Yeah? Even if you don't have a job, I always say that nikisimama pale on this Kenyatta Avenue alone, kutoka huko ile roundabout ya huku mpaka ile ingine. You know what? All these shops and buildings on Kenyatta Avenue, if you knock the door and tell people, I'm so and so, I can do this. Get even just a very boutique and tell the owner, okay, I don't have a business and I don't want you to employ me, but I want you to give me an opportunity. I just take photos of the clothes you're selling, the shirts you're selling, yeah, the shoes you're selling, and then I post on my WhatsApp status. Someone might be interested. And then you tell that the owner, if I sell this shoe, if it's going for 2,000 and I sell it at 2,200, 200 will be mine. Who will refuse that? Are you know? And that's how the negotiating skills come. What you're offering. So I think our mindset has to change. Instead of going and saying, I'm looking for this and this job. Please say,
defining the job.
Yes. Go there and tell the person, so and so, I'm a good marketing, I have good marketing strategies, and I can help you increase the visibility of your shop, of your business, of your products. People will give you business. That's how we start the journey. So you must first develop one skill in the digital space. Be it you are good in social media, you are good marketing strategist. You are, if you design, you are good designing. If it's programming, you can develop codes, develop design. All those things. And then the other thing that people forget: register a business. Business registration is less than 1,000. I'm sure everybody can get 1,000.
Less than 1,000.
Just a businessman. I think it should be 950 or what. It's less than 1,000. Our companies are 10,600. Yeah. So register if you can afford 1,000. Register for business, and you can do it on your own. Go in a cyber, or even using your smartphone. Register your business. Have that, because when you go somewhere, people will ask you, who are you? Sometimes people forget about my name is Joseph, but you meet people and they call you Digitech. You see, and Digitech is my company. So when you start calling me and associating with me as Digitech, then it means I have a value that I can bring in your life. And that's how I can sit on the dining table as a diner. So let's register on our whatever we are doing. If you are good in graphic design, just register, get a very nice name, and don't call your name the name. I've seen like many people, especially ladies, I don't know why this happens. Yeah? You are Chikaro's boutique. Please, let's share and don't mix your personality and your business. No, they don't work together. Separate those two entities. If it's Digitech, it's Digitech. If it's Joseph, Joseph. Even The money I use for Joseph is separate to the money I use for digital. You know, business money, business accounts should be separate. So let's separate our entities. You know, business is just another person, it's an entity on itself. So register it, patent it, and make sure that it stands on its own. Build that brand the way it is. Don't associate it with you. Yes.
Tukimalizia, I would like you to give a parting shot of the digital space for the viewers who are watching you.
Wow. Digital space is there to stay, whether you like it or not. The thing is, everybody has to embrace. It's not about the people who are going to school to do IT. Everyone, because you're talking about e-commerce. Yeah. Currently, if I want some food from maybe I don't want to cook, I just need to use my mobile phone and get up and call, order the food and be delivered at the door. So this means that it is there to stay. And I want to challenge us young people, look for something where you can fit, and start doing it. Let's look for mentors who can help us in this digital space. And when you do that, everything will be okay. So everyone is welcome. And as Digitech App Solutions, as I say, we provide mentorship program in the ICT area. We also provide ICT solutions. So in case you are out there, you don't know where to go, what to do, please, we are willing to give you that mentorship program. And for sure, you will not regret. Everything will work well for you. And that's the journey that you will walk with us and will ensure that you have succeeded. So yes, even those who are in Mashamba and everybody, digital space there for everybody. And all of us is a call for us to wake up and embrace the digital space, and everything will work well for us. Yes.
Yes, you can give us your numbers, your business. You can also give us mahali ambapo tutapata Digitech.
Our business number is 0708 392651. 0708 392651. That's our number. You can reach us also on the WhatsApp. We are there. We have our website, www.digitechhub.co.ke. www.digitechhub.co.ke.
Yes.
Facebook, Digitech Hub Solutions, is also there. Yes.
Yes.
Our office is located at Kenyatta Avenue, a building called Masters Plaza. And we are at the ground floor, shop B20. Yes.
Ninaona there's a lady anaitwa Grace amesema I say hi to you and you are a lecturer.
Wow. Thank you, Grace. As I said, we provide mentorship, and that's one of our students. Yeah, thank you so much, Grace, for that comment.
Thank you so much for coming today. Na tutakuwa tukitafuta in matters pertaining ICT kidogo. Tutakuwa tunaongelea about cyber security. Tutakuwa tutatafuta. But mimi mtazamaji, we are going to take a short break. Tutarudi baada ya muda kumaliza kipindi cha siku ya leo.
Nakuru College of Commerce and Hospitality is a state-of-the-art school offering holistic education from artisan levels to advanced diploma. We offer courses in food and beverage production, catering and accommodation, pastry and baking, culinary arts, tour guiding and operation, tourism management, tourism and business management, fashion and design from artisan level to higher diploma, sales and marketing, banking and finance, accountancy, business management, ICT, CPA courses, hairdressing and beauty therapy, cosmetology, electrical engineering and installation. We have short courses like public relations, event management, entrepreneurship, interior decorations. We also offer languages like Spanish, German, French, and Chinese. Our examining bodies are NEC, ICM, CASNEB, NITA, KISM. We also have hostels for those coming from distant places. For more information or inquiries, visit us at Equator House, first floor Kenyatta Lane, Nakuru, or call us on 0727 424698 or 0721 582532 or email at info@nakurucollege.ac.ke or visit our website at www.nakurucollege.ac.ke. Nakuru College of Commerce and Hospitality, defining a culture of professional excellence.